Greece, Part 1. Athens, the principal city of the region of Attica, in the metropolis Thyion Greeks, named for the goddess Athena. Athens utilized Pyrrhus, a large natural harbor joined to a large protective wall which encircled Athens. The heart of Athens was the Acropolis, and a large natural defensive position. The Acropolis had 3 stages of building. The most elaborate version during the Golden Age included the Parthenon, doubled as a treasury, a multi-room temple to Athena, the Athena Porankos, the bronze statue of Athena, 4 Odeons, 4 theaters, and additional temples for Zeus, Dionysus, and Demeter. Athenians relied on trade, which brought money, wealth, economic prosperity, foreign contact, diversity, cosmopolitan attitude, and cultural diffusion, change, prosperity, and enlightenment. Characteristics of Athens. Participation in the democracy. Demos equaled people. Citizens were male 18 in any class. Positions were gained through ballot, elected, and by lot by chance. Therefore always prepared for political service, and to not take part was to fail the state. Self-development through education and was the key to success. Specialized skills in oratory, public speaking, logic, thinking and reasoning, and debate, argument. Individuality, personal self-development, freedom of thought, and was not only encouraged but expected. Encouraged to enlighten their minds and souls, education of great value. Athens developed an atmosphere in which thoughts and ideas and innovations flourished. Trade guaranteed cultural diffusion in trade and was valued and embraced. The man credited with instilling these qualities was Pericles, a general and a skilled statesman who led Athens after the Persian Wars. Athenian democracy, Council of 500, chosen by lot from assembly, serve 1-year term in 10 groups of 50, lack of consistency. Board of 10 generals, jury of 6,000, judicial board of 9 archons, assembly. Board of 10 generals were elected for life, directed all military matters, the strategii, the strategic. Jury of 6,000, chosen by lot from assembly, available when needed, serve 1-year term as jury pool. Judicial board of 9 archons, 9 judges acted as final court of appeal in all legal matters of the Supreme Court. Assembly, all citizens, all free men over 18. All legislation, laws voted upon, majority rules. The Spartans, the principal city of the Peloponnese, located in Laconia, invaded by the Dorians, but emerged from the Dark Ages. 3 divisions. Spartiates, the true Spartans, citizens with complete rights and privileges, descendants of the Dorians, the smallest in number. Perioeci, the dwellers around, free to live in their own towns, worked as artisans and tradesmen, no political right, but heavily taxed. Helots, the slaves. Prisoners of war, worked as sharecroppers, no rights, no independence, life of total servitude. Ratio 15-1. Demographic tyranny. The Spartan oligarchy created an entire society dependent upon military discipline. Key to Spartan success. Spartan way of life. Reflected a strict need to control the state and its people. Developed the Spartan oligarchy. A strict and rigid system of social control, dependent upon xenophobia, fear of outsiders, was the key to maintain the status quo. Everything remains the same. No room for individuality. No chance for personal expression or opinion. Lycurgus is credited for the Spartan ideal. The birth of a Spartan male. Birth. Baby is examined. If found defective, it is murdered. Those found fit are returned. Age 7, boys enrolled in the Agoge Spartan school, produce physically, mentally, and strong males, encourage self-discipline, and emphasize the importance of loyalty to comrades over their individuality. Age 7 to 29, trained in combat skills, endurance, dance, self-deprivation, and meant to become the walls of Sparta. Age 20, adult military training begins when a Spartan is accepted into a mess, a small group of men who train, eat, fought, live, and sleep together. Basis of the phalanx, a military formation dependent on loyalty and love. Age 30, Spartan male became a citizen. The Spartan oligarchy. Kings fulfilled a ceremonial role, attempted to maintain tradition but held no real power. Ephors exercised all political power. All laws stated and passed, their job was to control the state. Senate. The Gerousa. Elders who advise but don't rule. Respectful and traditional. Assembly. Full body of qualified citizens. Spartiates only. 30 years of age or older. Made opinion known through shouts. Helped establish the Spartan way of life at the expense of freedom and individuality. Greek VIPs. Socrates impacted the field of philosophy. His central concern, moral behavior, and what constituted a good life. The greatest teacher. Questioned most ideas that were accepted. The Socratic method used questions to help others find the answer. His mission was to expose ignorance, cast doubt on the gods, and question people's motives. Charged with impiety and corruption of youth and sentenced to death. Plato, a pupil of Socrates, main interest was politics, wrote the Dialogue, the first book on political science, established the academy which he taught philosophy and science. 4 basic virtues of truth, wisdom, and courage, meditation, way to an ideal state. Aristotle, pupil to Plato, the master of those who know. Primary interest in biology. Added the 3rd step in Thales' process, testing the hypothesis to see if it is correct. Became the basis of modern biology. Sophia, Latin term for wisdom and intellect. Sophists, traveling teachers who taught debate reasoning in exchange for money. Less theory, more practice. Thales developed the 2-step process of collecting information and developing a hypothesis based on that information. The first mathematician. His knowledge of geometry improved in navigation. Discovered 5 different geometric theorems. Pythagoras, the most famous Greek mathematician, came up with the Pythagorean theorem and started a religious movement called Pythagoreanism. Math was the universal language as well as music. Euclid wrote 13 books of geometry that were still being used hundreds of years ago. His principles are still part of the geometry studies today. Archimedes, leading genius of the classical antiquity, creator, founder of Pi 3.14, the lever, water displacement, and heat death ray. Hippocrates, established a rigorous scientific approach to medicine, the father of Western medicine, wrote a doctor's code of conduct, discovered health was due to good health and hygiene. Aristarchus, formulated the view that the sun was not the center of the universe, not vice versa. His beliefs were now proven. It is the basis of modern society. Modern astronomy. Hipparchus calculated the time it took the moon to travel around the earth, beginning of the calendar. Herodotus, the father of history, the father of lies. He was biased. The very first historian made a connection between cause and effect. History is about facts and interpretation.